Hey you, welcome. Let me tell you a story about how Whispers in the Box came to be. How Whispers in the Box wasn't born from pain, but from what survived it. This isn't a cry for help. It's the story behind why this space exists. It's not about staying in the wound. It's about owning the healing. And I am so proud to share it with you. I'm sharing it in the hope that it inspires and empowers you to begin your own healing and to know that you are not alone in this. No matter how lonely it feels, no matter how unfair or how devastating. My name is Mal, and I'm the founder of Whispers in the Box, your sanctuary for emotional resets, nervous system healing, and quiet moments of truth, such as this one. Here you'll find soft-spoken emotional resets, grounding affirmations, and guided meditations. Here, it's your safe space to land. A soft space. A space I created so you can sit with your feelings, not to fix them, and definitely not to fight them. Just to sit with them. Here, you are always enough. Every part of you. There is no judgment here. No expectations. Because I know what it feels like to be judged. Not only by strangers, but also by the people who are meant to care. People who should have been gentle, but gave me the harshest judgment instead. People who should have been loving and nurturing, but stripped me of my confidence and self-esteem instead. So, I know what it feels like when you don't feel like you're enough, when you stop trusting your instincts, when you're empty inside. And when everything you do is met with more expectations, more judgment, and nothing is ever enough. Ever. And there's no safe space to rest. I know what it feels like. And I never want you to feel like that. This is why I created Whispers in the Box. So you have this space. So you could land gently with your feelings and knowing that you are enough. By now, you probably noticed these aren't just videos. They are part of my personal journey. One I chose to share with the world. Because if I could heal, I know others can too. These videos, these monologues, where I speak directly to you, my dear listener, are what I wish someone had said to me when I was in the dark, alone, scared, hopeless. So, my dear listener, I didn't just want to create Whispers in the Box. I simply had to. I built Whispers in the Box from a place of clarity, truth, and transformation. Not fear, not confusion. Because I'm not bleeding anymore. I'm building. I'm not asking for permission. I embrace who I am. Unapologetically. Because I trust myself. Because I love myself. My wounds are no longer bleeding. They've scarred. And those scars made space for this. Those scars made space for whispers in the box. You see, my dear listener, Mal, the voice behind the whispers, she was once very lonely, very depressed, hopeless. I didn't know who I was anymore, or what I wanted in life, what gave me joy, what were my goals. I was there, my body was, but I wasn't living. I was surviving. I was living on autopilot. I was empty inside. I was surrounded by people, but never felt lonelier. On top of that, years of narcissistic abuse, years of being neglected, years of not being heard or fully seen. At home, at work. Years of shrinking myself just to fit in. Just to fit in. Just to fit within someone else's capacity. Someone else's idea of enough. I was taught not to ask for help. Told I was too much. Too sensitive. Too demanding. And on top of it all, years and years of severe burnout. Working brutal hours. Pushing myself through the pain. Until I believed that's all I was good for. All I deserved. And then everything collapsed. And I'm so glad it did. Because imagine if it hadn't. I wouldn't be here with you right now, speaking these words to you, my dear listener, telling you this story. So, when it all collapsed, I found myself sick, physically, mentally. I was scared, lying on the floor, shaking with fear. But I found the strength to get up, to pick up the pieces, to survive, to move on. And so I did. But still, there was no one. I couldn't find anyone on YouTube or other platforms who truly spoke to what I was feeling. No one. No one I could relate to. It was all coaching, commanding, demanding, fixing everything right here, right now. And sometimes all we need is a soft space to land. That's all. I was tired, so tired of searching for what I couldn't find. So I decided to create it myself. So no one else has to feel the way I felt or go through it alone. My screams, to be noticed, to be seen, they felt like whispers. Nobody was listening. I felt trapped. Wrong people, wrong place, wrong time. Again and again and again. So you may wonder, why whispers in the box? Why whispers? And what is the box? You see, my dear listener, I was screaming on the inside. So loudly. But to the outside world, it sounded like nothing but a whisper. I was screaming for help, but others heard nothing but a whisper. Because I was ashamed, too embarrassed. I shrunk myself so small. I became so tiny that even when I screamed from the top of my lungs, no one heard it. And those who heard those whispers were too much for some anyway. And the box. The box. It was every wrong place I tried to belong. Every environment that made me feel small. Every room that felt like a trap. So, when the world feels too loud again. And when everything feels too heavy again, remember this, my dear listener. You don't have to carry it alone. Just come, sit with me. With all of us here. Because I understand. We understand what it feels like. I promise you, you're not alone in this. Love, Mal, founder of Whispers and the Box.